Welcome, dear listeners, to another terrifying episode of Tales of Terror, as we delve into the grim stories that will send shivers down your spine. And today we have a really strange anecdote that will make you question the limits of the unknown. But before we get started, I would urge you to subscribe to our channel and join the discussion by liking, commenting, and sharing your scary experiences. Now, let's start the story that changed everything for our guest, Emilia. It was 15 years ago when Emilia, a 19-year-old nurse, found herself embarking on a night that would forever alter the course of her life. As she made her way to a patient's house to administer injections, little did she know that she was about to step into a world of the inexplicable. Today, Emilia will recount the mysterious events that unfolded that night, leaving her with haunting memories that continue to haunt her to this day. Emilia, thank you for joining us. Please, take us back to that fateful night.
Thank you. When I entered the patient's house, I saw an unusual sight. The patient, an elderly woman, was lying motionless on her bed with her eyes covered with tape. It was a strange sight that immediately piqued my curiosity. When I asked about the tape, the maid informed me that the family insisted the tape stay in place, no matter what. Then the maid left the room, leaving me alone with the patient.
That must have been quite unsettling, Emilia. Can you describe the emotions you were experiencing at that moment?
Certainly, I must admit that fear and curiosity battled inside of me. I hesitantly approached the patient, took her hands, and prepared to give the injection. But when I called, something inexplicable happened. Her entire body shook as if she was trying to deliver a message to me. I felt like she wanted to remove the tape from her eyes, but I was hesitant. However, out of curiosity and a need to understand, I cautiously removed the tape.
It's as if you were caught between fascination and trepidation, Emilia. What did you witness when you unveiled her eyes?
A sight that will forever be etched in my memory. The patient's eyes were a piercing blue, but it was not their color that troubled me. The light emitted from within them, coupled with tears that weren't tears at all, but rather drops of blood. I was overcome with the urge to cover her eyes again, but she whispered my name, Emilia, and begged me not to.
That's undeniably chilling, Emilia. How did she know your name? What happened next?
She began to speak, wishing for answers, claiming that knowing about me she shouldn't have. She gave me a glimpse of my greatest fear, warning me of its imminent presence and the danger it posed to my life. In that moment, fear ran through me, but I mustered up the courage to accept her offer, to face the deepest terror in my soul.
That takes immense bravery, Emilia. Can you share what transpired when you closed your eyes?
As I closed my eyes, a whirlwind of sensations overwhelmed me. Suddenly, I found myself transported to a bathroom floor, just as I had been years ago. I relived the scene vividly, the fear and anguish washing over me as I recalled crying in that very spot. But this time, there was something different. Something horrifying.
What did you see, Emilia? What made this experience so terrifying?
In that fragmented vision, I saw a short, hairy figure moving toward me with menacing intent. Her features were obscured by the thick mass of hair that covered her entire body. It seemed like an otherworldly presence, a force that shouldn't exist. She felt her urge to attack, but there was an inexplicable barrier preventing her from crossing over.
That's truly unnerving, Emilia. Did anything else occur during this harrowing encounter?
Yes, there was something else. As I sat there, paralyzed with fear, I noticed something fall to the ground beside me, a peculiar black rose. Its color was devoid of life, its petals wilting and falling away. When I touched it, an overwhelming sensation of despair and dread washed over me. It felt as though I was holding my own mortality in my hands.
The symbolism and intensity of that moment are palpable, Emilia. What happened next?
When I finally mustered the courage to open my eyes, I found myself back in the patient's room. Blood was now streaming from the patient's eyes, a disturbing sight. I attempted to wipe away the blood, but she stopped me, urging me to leave. She warned me that what I had seen would soon become a reality, placing me in grave danger. Those words struck fear into my heart, and I remained holed up at home for months, trying to forget, but unable to shake the memory.
It's truly a haunting experience, Emilia. Can you share what led you to revisit this nightmarish encounter recently?
Of course, just a week ago, I unexpectedly came face to face with Black Rose again. Her presence brought back all the memories and fears she had tried to bury. I felt an overwhelming sense of impending doom, and now a strange noise surrounded me. I fear for my son's safety, yet he seems to want me. I can't help but wonder if the warnings from all those years ago are paying off.
That's an incredibly distressing situation, Emilia. We sincerely hope that you and your son stay safe. Thank you for sharing your terrifying tale with us today. Please take care and know that our thoughts are with you.
Thank you. I appreciate your understanding and support. Stay vigilant, everyone, for the line between the ordinary and the extraordinary can sometimes blur in the most unexpected ways.
And there you have it, listeners, a bone-chilling account from Emilia, a nurse who found herself entangled in a web of the supernatural. Remember to subscribe to our channel and engage with us through likes, comments, and your own spine-tingling stories. Until next time, stay safe and keep an eye out for the inexplicable lurking in the shadows.